Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we have Ani joining us. Hi, Ani.
Hi.
Hey guys, so we have an exciting video. So we've got one of Ani's clients has a success story, and actually it is a non-SP success story. So, and she really talks about how she felt like she had to do a lot of methods, and all she really needed to do is to focus on intentions, and she actually got her manifestation. So we're going to read that, and then so we're also going to go through how to create intentions, affirmations, and how often you do them, and that sort of thing as well. So yes. Welcome, Ani.
Yes, thanks for having me. Here it goes.
Awesome.
I've been subscribed to your channel for a while now, and I learned so much from you. I was addicted to the law of attraction videos, and I felt I had to do a lot of exercises, 3x33, 2 cups, scripting, meditation, guided visualizations, you name it, to get what I want. I had a coaching session with Ani. It was the best thing that happened. I sought her help regarding an SP, and she changed the way I manifested. Ani told me how to write my intentions first thing in the morning, and before I wear my clothes and get out of bed. I always felt that for me to manifest, I had to do certain patterns, rituals every day, and repeat things like a chore. I had to work hard to get what I want, and I have to wait 30 days for a certain manifestation to take place. But Ani taught me how to write my intentions every day, brand new, and to get creative with them, and they worked instantly. Every morning before I switch off my airplane mode on my phone, I write my intentions for the day. Every negative thought, false limiting belief, I change it and I write down the opposite of it as an intention. It's like ordering from the universe and putting your orders in the cart, and the universe delivers. I manifested passing all my specialty exams. I even intended for certain examiners to show up in my circuit, and they did. And they gave me the full mark. Yes, everyone is you pushed out, and yes, you are the god of your reality. I watched Amanda's passing your exam video, and it helped a lot too. So thank you so much, Ani and Amanda, for all your help. I will be writing my success story with my SP very soon. It's just around the corner. Yes.
That is so awesome. That is so amazing. You can apply this to anything. I'd like to just point out that she did have a lot of belief that it takes forever. She's got to wait 30 days. She's got to do all these things. And guys, those are beliefs that you create in your reality. You can create that. You barely have to do anything. It's simple, it's easy, and it happens instantly. But there is one thing, though, is there is the law that your thoughts create, okay? So you do have to put focus on what you want. You do have to take your negative thoughts and change them and do a mental diet. That's a must. There is no way around that. Because even saying, okay, well, look at my negative thoughts never manifest, you still have to do a mental diet to stop that. It's like, oh, Jerry doesn't like me. No, my negative thoughts never manifest. Of course he likes me. Like, you're still doing a mental diet, right? So amazing, though.
Yes, and I think a lot of people are confused with all these different techniques out there, like 3x33 or 5x55, or I don't know, the water cup method, like she mentioned. Yes, techniques are there to like switch you into the version of the reality you want, but there has to be persistence. Like, you can't just do, okay, the water cup method once and then you're good to go. That's it. You tapped into the new reality. Everything's fine. Everything's great. You have so many opposing thoughts, and you probably had all those opposing thoughts for years and years, right? Or you just have certain assumptions about people or things, or some things are a harder struggle for you. These things have to change. Just like Amanda mentioned, you have to go through it. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You have to go through it.
And it's not to say there's nothing wrong with these techniques. I mean, they're all, like you said, to get your mind off of it. But I've said this from the beginning, is you can do any technique you want. If you're not watching your thoughts throughout the day, you're not going to get what you're looking for. So you can do SATs, which is state akin to sleep, which is a Neville technique at night before bed every single night. But if you're having contrary negative thoughts all day, you're basically, you're wrecking it, right? There's no way to put something in your subconscious mind that you can't consciously override. You always get the choice to consciously override things. I remember, like, I'm a hypnotherapist, and years ago I hypnotized somebody to lose weight. She lost a lot of weight really quickly, but guess what? She started consciously undoing it, and she reprogrammed her subconscious mind for the diets not to work again. So, we always have that, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing we can change our subconscious mind, and that we can't put something in there and never have it move and change again, because we're creators. We just don't like that we consciously override something that's implanted in our subconscious when it's not working to our advantage. And like, I get it, like, we don't want to do the work, but intentions, or at least, affirmations and everything through the day have to be, they have to be, if you're going to, you can do those techniques, but you have to watch your thoughts as well. So that's why we've come up with, how do you create intentions and affirmations, and how often do you do them? Right?
Yes. So I say you do it every single time you have a moment to think. Like, every single time you have a moment to think of the opposing thought, you're not going to do that. You're going to do your affirmations. You're going to sit down. You're going to persist with, no, this is the new version. This is the new story I want. I'm not even going to give life to those old thoughts, because I've been giving life to those old thoughts and I've been failing.
Right. Well, so that's what I do, is every time I have a negative thought on the situation, or I think of it, I do my affirmation or my intention, or my mantra that I've created for the situation. The other thing that's really important is to state your affirmations and intentions, or I am statements, or isn't it wonderful, as if you've already gotten it, and state it in the present moment, like you've already got it. So one thing is, I love I intend, but you can use I am, or you can just use an affirmation, or say, isn't it wonderful? Now, for those of you guys using I intend, remember, intend is present tense. Intending is future tense. Okay. Intended is past tense. So by saying I intend, it's future tense. Intend means goal, plan, aim. It doesn't mean something you're planning to do. That's not what it means. Intend is goal, plan, aim. So, intend's a good word. Never use negatives, right? If I say, don't think of a blue duck, what did you just think of? A blue duck. Okay. Yes. So keep negatives out of it. Okay. Because negatives, again, you're focusing on what you don't want. Your brain can't hear questions, and it can't hear negatives. So get away from both of those. Yeah. And
I think,
yeah. Oh, yeah. And I was going to say, Ani had a great one. Include what you're going to see, hear, and feel, right?
Yeah. With this specific client, that's exactly what we did. So I told her, I said, state that you already have it. So she was very, very worried about passing her exams. And she was working very hard on, like, studying and memorizing everything. And I said, I want you to focus on how happy and grateful would you be if you already passed? What would you be doing? You would probably be planning, like, a celebration dinner, or going out with friends, like toasting to, finally passed. Everything's great. I can't believe I passed. So that's what I wanted her to persist in. I'm so happy and grateful that I passed, and now I'm celebrating it.
Exactly. I mean, so what are you going to see, hear, and feel is so incredibly important. I'm going to hear people tell me that they're proud of me. I'm going to see, da 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 da, right? So it just helps to create more around it, which I really, really love, right? I think the other one is, is remember, at times it may seem exhausting, right? And, in those times, what I do is I start remembering things that I've created before, because it's exhausting having the negative thoughts. It's exhausting having the fight. So you know what? It's time to get yourself back into the feeling of the God state, or in the feeling of having faith in your intentions. Because if you say your intentions with the feeling of faith behind it, you are going to get way quicker, way farther than if you're just fighting with yourself constantly in your head. So go into I'm happy and grateful statements. Go into remember a time and things that you've created already, so you get that feeling back, right?
Yes. And what helps me the most is I did not allow myself, when I was first starting, I would not allow myself to ever have enough of a gap throughout the day to start doubting myself. Because when that happens, spiral. So to avoid that from happening, every single chance you get, persist in the new story. Trick that voice in your head. Trick it. Don't allow that voice to be like, you don't have it, it's not coming, you're delusional, you're gonna do this all day every day and waste all your time. Don't allow that voice to even have a voice in your head. Shut it down.
Yeah, and do that with a mental diet. You have to say, no, this works. You have to fight that one with a mental diet as well, because statements like that can take down everything you've worked so hard for all day, right? And yeah, so that's so true. Such amazing good tips here, eh? So guys, you can apply this to any area of your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be, winning A's or getting that job. You can apply it to anything, right?
Yeah, it's a universal it's a universal formula. So if you can get a hang of persisting, get a hang of controlling that mental diet in your favor, anything you can think of, you can have. There's no such thing as like you're gonna get something and then your neighbor's gonna get more of it because your neighbor's just luckier, or there's no such thing. There's no judgment. As long as you can persist, keep that discipline, anything you could put your mind to, you can have it, you can hold it.
Right. One thing that just came to mind, right, is, usually, and what happens with me is basically there's always a flavor of the day. Okay. There's always, like, not always, but when I do have doubts, it's usually the same doubt that comes up all day. You know what I mean? And then the next day you're like, I don't even know why I was even thinking that, but it doesn't matter. I was thinking it at this moment. Right. So, what I find is you hear it and it's kind of quiet, is to just, to focus on that one and just change it, right? To actually change it. And, to just become aware of the thoughts. And you'll notice that there isn't a whole lot of doubts, rattling around. It's just one day you woke up and thought, oh, maybe he doesn't like me anymore. No, he likes me. No, he likes me. So, realize that it isn't all that overwhelming. And if it is overwhelming, you know what? Just pick one or two intentions, work on those. And then once you see that shift, work on the next set. Because, I mean, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's more effective to take one or two things and work on changing those than it is for the whole entire thing. Okay. Especially in the beginning, once you get momentum and things start showing up properly the way you like them, and then you add in more. Okay. If that is too overwhelming to do like everything at once, right? You're like, oh, my intention list is 20 pages long. Where do I start? Great. Start with the two that are most important to you, three that are most important to you, right? And then, kind of keep your tab on your thoughts and change as you go, but, you don't, like, we don't need to do all 20 pages at once. In fact, the more you focus it, the quicker you shift those ones, and then you can move on, right?
Yeah. And when you see the step-by-step happening in your 3D, it's more motivational. It's like, okay, right. Check off the list. Now we're on to the next step and the next step and the next level. And then you look back and you're like, oh my God, I've come so far. Like, I didn't even realize. It's just so natural. It feels so natural to go step by step like that.
Exactly. So amazing. So guys, you know what? Create some effective intentions. State them as if you've already got them. State them always in the positive. Avoid using negatives. How often do you do them? Every time you think of the situation or you have a negative thought. Write out your intentions in the morning as well. Get fresh on what you're going to focus on for the day, as well as include what you're going to see, hear, and feel. So is it going to be a celebration? Is someone going to say something to you? How are you going to feel when you have it, right? Start calling all that into you now. You don't have to use I intend. You can use use happy and grateful. You can use I am statements. You can do any affirmation any way you want, as long as it's stated in the positive, as if you've already have it in the present moment. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Ani.
Thank you for having me.
And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And if you would like coaching with Ani, definitely check out the link in the description below. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.